All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying Barakathea Hawa, Barakathea Hawa Shai, Barakathea Hawa, Barakathea Hawa Shai, Barakathea Hawa, Barakathea Hawa Shai, Call Halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you, sincere Akim, out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this video. I don't want to ratazah. It'll be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash. And first things first, they clipped this video on my page. You know, it is what it is. But for those of you that don't know, I made an Odyssey page a while back, like Elder Apostle Tahar advised us to do. And as you can see, it's on the page here. It's Austere Men 144, and you could catch the video that they clipped off my page on Odyssey. All right, so that out of the way. Got a couple scriptures, and I got a quick little video off of Sky News. You know, pertaining to this famine that's a brewing, because a famine is on the horizon, a famine of the word, and also an actual famine of food. Okay, a famine of resources. We're in these times, man, and it's gonna be global. You know, it's going our temptation is gonna be global, man. It's gonna try the earth. Okay, Jacob's trouble is gonna be global, man. You know, because Yasharala were scattered. You know, and as you can see, it says cost of living crisis. Bread, milk, and pasta soar in price. Okay, so that's inflation. And we know Elder Apostle Tahar keeps repeating over and over that hyperinflation. That's what happened in Venezuela. Elder Apostle Tahar always mentions the what is it, the Weimar Republic, Weimar Republic. If I said that right, you know, hey, that's what's happening, man. Hyperinflation, because we know Esau Edom ultimately has to crash this fiat system to usher in this digital cashless society, this Internet of Things that's going to be spearheaded by the Charagma. All roads are leading to the Charagma. That's pretty much all I'm gonna say on that, because you know I don't want this one stricken either. So let me just bring the scriptures out straight to the point, you know, and then I'll close out with the video. I don't want to rot this eye. This will be edifying, all right? First things first, straight to the point. Ephesians 6:12, you know, and that this thing is a fight, man. It's a constant fight. Okay, you're battling spiritual demons and physical demons, you know, in the physical realm, you know. So you constantly being bombarded, you know. So, but we got to hold the faith, man. We got to hold the faith. We got to pray more, fast more, you know, you know. You know, because hey, man, this fight is gonna get more. It's gonna turn up. You know, as Elder Apostle Tahar coined 2022, the year of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, turning up. So our trials, the furnace of affliction, the fire is getting turned up, man. But we gotta hold the faith, man. No matter what, we gotta keep on pushing. He that endureth till the end, the same shall be saved. Keep fighting, fighting the good fight of faith, man. You know. But this is Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world. And that's chiefly Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the illuminated ones, the hidden ones, the Rothschilds, the Gettys, the DuPonts, the Vanderbilts, the Oppenheimers, you know, the oligarchs, the ruling class, the IMF, you know, the ones that created and controlled the Federal Reserve, the chief house of Edom, Amalek. That's chiefly who we're wrestling against, man. You know, but also lesser, lower level demons. These people in your everyday lives, man. If they not in this truth, they in the matrix, man. They not unplugged. You know, they're subject for them demons to jump into them and try you and test you through them. You know, so like it's a constant battle, man. That's why you got to be circumspect. You know, you got to be circumspect. You got to redeem the times, man. You know, walk circumspect. You know, not as fools. You know, it's high time to wake up out of sleep, man. This fight is real and it's turning up. You know, so it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And that's ultimately why they're demonizing us. They're striking our videos. You know, they got the algorithm set up that as soon as you say certain words, as soon as you do certain things, the video just gonna get taken down. You know, because that's Esau Edom. You know, you can't even talk about the small hats. You know, showing you who's in power, the wicked. You know, but it's all good. You can't stop this truth. The word has already gone out. You know, you shall not. The gates of hell shall not prevail. You know, you're through, and we see you're through. I.e., this famine. This is the signs of the downfall of this kingdom, man. You see, this is Habakkuk. Straight to the point. I don't want to make this video long. 2 and 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And we know not much longer, because the triumphant per Job, the triumphant of the wicked is but a short time. The joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment, and that moment is almost up. This devil is through. He's on his last leg. You know? It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him? And they're talking about your allies, these nations, man. They're gonna ultimately turn against you and burn you with fire, man. Burn the whore with fire. The beast shall hate the whore and burn her with fire. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe meaning destruction, to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And we know when you look that word up, clay, thick clay, that's I bought your debt, your pledges, your usury, and that's gonna lead to your downfall, because your money is not real money. It's funny money. It's fiat money. You know, it ain't real money. Real money, like the elders go into, like the scriptures say, is gold, silver, gold, resources, natural resources, land. That's true money. You know, but you bamboozle the people, man. You know, with these FRNs that aren't backed behind nothing, man. And you seeing the effects of it, the hyperinflation. You see, but we know ultimately Esau Edom is the one that's bringing this chaos, man. Problem, reaction, solution. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, and ultimately it's Yahweh Shai that's doing this, man. It's bringing this this inflation, which is going to lead to hyperinflation, this famine, the sedition, the lack of love, man, waxing cold, the stirring the people up. The Lord is doing this, man, because he's ultimately about to judge this place. He's visiting the world that he made. You see, to get you to correct yourself. But 2/3 of our people, hey, they refuse. And that's why we're only concerned with the elect, the ones that have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, that are fighting, being obedient, trying to rehearse the righteous acts, to put on as the elect. But 2/3 of you, you're going to die over here, man, a grievous death. And a lot of you are slated for that famine, okay? Because guess what? Cannibalism is coming back, man, in a big way, okay? Daniel 12:1, a time like never before, It's coming back in a big way, Lord's will, we be delivered from that, man. This is Ezekiel chapter 5, verse 16. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 13. Main point is in 16. Thus shall my anger be accomplished, because the Lord is angry every day with the wicked. He's angry with how the world is being ran. He's angry, man. The earth is out of course, man. It's defiled under the inhabitants thereof for transgressing the laws, and there's a recompense coming. Payback, So it says, thus shall my anger be accomplished, and I will cause my fury to rest upon them, and will be comforted. See, when the Lord when that hell is upon you, that's going to please the Lord. That's going to comfort the Lord. When you're starving, when you got to sodden your children, you got to stew your children down and eat them, that's going to please the Lord, man, because you've been spitting in the Lord's face. You've been openly mocking the Lord, man, taking his liberty, abusing his mercy, his grace. You've been abusing the Lord, man, taking his liberty for you've been taking the Lord for, like we say in the island, a poppy show, man, a fool. You've been playing the Lord for a fool, and guess what? The Lord about to play you for a fool, man. You see? Oh, that you were wise to consider your latter end. Thus shall my anger be accomplished, and I will cause my fury to rest upon them, and will be comforted. And they shall know that I, the Lord Yahweh, have spoken it in my zeal, when I have accomplished my fury in them. Moreover, I will make thee waste and a reproach among the nations that are bound about thee in the sight of all that pass by. So it shall be a reproach and a taunt and an instruction and an astonishment unto the nations that are round about thee, when I shall execute judgments in thee, in anger and in fury and in furious rebukes. I, the Lord Yahweh, have spoken it. Because the judgment is going to start with us, man. It starts with Yasharallah, man. The judgment is going to start with us. And it's going to start with the ancient men, the men of Israel that know they're Israelites, that know this truth and are teaching lies, man. You know, that's where judgment is it's going to start with us, man. You see? So it would behoove you to sincerely repent and seek the Lord. It says, when I shall send upon them evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. So will I send upon you famine and evil beast, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence, and this so-called, you know what, a pestilence, but it's gonna be real pestilences out there, man. Remember, Esau Edom got the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, so he's gonna unleash all type of plagues, man. You know. Not to mention the Lord is going to release plagues. You know, the plagues are just going to multiply just because of all the death and the dead bodies that are not being buried, man. You know, diseases are going to set in, so it's going to be nasty, man. Power might be off. The water might be off. It's going to be nasty, man. It's going to be the walking dead, man. You know, it's the walking dead now. The 2/3, they're dead from the neck up. No light in them, dry, no oil, no life, no breath, but it's really going to be nasty. It says, so will I send upon you famine and evil beasts. Because remember, the Lord said he got teeth of wild beasts to tear. They be spirits created for vengeance, man. You can't eat your pets, your dogs and shit. You got these big ass Rottweilers and pit bulls and huskies and shit. What you think they gonna do when they can't eat? They gonna turn on their owners, man. And that's the judgment, the vengeance of the Lord. It says, so will I send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, the Lord Yahweh, have spoken it. Okay, and that's a promise, man. Daniel 12:1, that there's going to be a time like never before. And we at the door. You can clearly see it. The famine of the word is coming. The actual famine, the sedition. The kingdom is divided. This place is through. Okay? So I'm going to close out here. Read the whole, we know it, man. Read the whole chapter. I don't want to make it long. You should know it by now, man. Second Ezra, we broken records, broken records. Second Ezra 16:21. Behold, victuals, which are good foods, right? Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth. And it's not so much now, because like the video you're going to see, the price, you can see it. You can see it. A famine is setting in the land, and not just in America, all throughout the four corners of the earth. Famine is setting in. Hyperinflation. Okay? Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils, bad times, okay, grow upon earth. Sword, famine, and great confusion. You see? For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. You see? That's the times we're living in, man. So repent, man. Repent. While the doors of mercy are still open, because they're drastically closing. So I'm going to close out here. I don't want to write this out. This was edifying. Like I always say, keep pushing. We're close. Shalom. Wa abad babal. Again, off of Sky News. Cost of living crisis. Bread, milk, and pasta soar in price.
The cost of living continuing to soar. Figures from the British Retail Consortium show that the inflation on shop prices has also nearly doubled since December. The latest figures today show shoppers have been hit by the highest price rises in almost 10 years after shop inflation almost doubled over the last month. With more on the cost of living continuing to soar, figures from the British Retail Consortium show that the inflation on shop prices has also nearly doubled since December. The latest figures today show shoppers have been hit by the highest price rises in almost 10 years after shop inflation almost doubled over the last month. With more and more people struggling to afford the essentials, savvy shopping has become very important. Let's talk about it with Gemma Godfrey from the Times Money Mentor. Hi, Gemma. Thanks for joining us. Have you got examples for us?
So I do, because what we're seeing is that the average weekly shop for our groceries is increasing by between 15 and 25%. So if we look at your average bag of pasta. So for 500 grams, it was costing about 50p a year ago, actually 2 years ago in 2020, and it's now costing 70p, and that's a rise of a quarter. And the reason is bad weather has affected the harvesting of the wheat that's in pasta. If you look at milk has been a complete perfect storm. So that's also risen in cost by about a quarter over the last 2 years. And the reason is you've got gas prices rising. That's increasing the price of fertilizer, which is making it more expensive to feed cattle. You've also got labor costs increasing and machinery costs increasing, and you've got rising demand while supply is falling as dairy farming and
I'm not gonna. Matter of fact, I guess I don't want to play too much of this, man. I don't trust this devil. But yeah, that is why. But also, we know Esau Edom is doing it. He was forcing the farmers to dump their crops and shit, man. Dump the milk. We're not ignorant. We've been watching. Esau Edom is really orchestrating a lot of this, man. The Hegelian dialect, man. Okay, it's ultimately Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, but because the wildfires, the locusts, and so on and so forth was destroying the crops. But Esau got a big part to do with it. Putting hell upon these truckers, making life a living hell, man. Okay, you got the cargo ships, can't dock and shit, unload the, So hey, man, hey, it's about to get nasty. As soon as when you least expect it, all hell is gonna break loose, man. Trust me. So keep pushing, keep fighting, keep your eyes single, be circumspect, man. High time to wake up out of sleep, man. For our redemption is nigh. It's nearer than even we believe. Shalom. Wa abad babal.